All right, welcome back, everybody, to another deep dive. Today, we're really tackling something that I think a lot of folks have probably wondered about.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the role of prayer in faith. What's it really about?
It's a big question. Lots of different ways to look at it.
Exactly, and we found this really fascinating perspective from Prophetess Lily Java.
Oh, interesting. I've heard her name.
Yeah, she's got a pretty significant following on YouTube. And get this, she's suggesting that maybe, just maybe, we've got the wrong focus when we pray.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
So you know how a lot of times people pray for like material things?
Sure, a new car, a bigger house, that kind of thing.
Exactly. The things that, let's be honest, a lot of us want.
Yeah, I think it's pretty natural to want those things.
Totally. But Prophetess Java is saying, and this is a direct quote from her video, "For God, these things are nothing. Material things are nothing."
Wow, that's a pretty bold statement. So if those things are nothing, what I is important?
Oh, that's what we're going to dig into.
Okay, I'm ready. Let's dive in.
So she's talking about, things like cars, houses, money, all that stuff.
Yeah, the things we often associate with success or even happiness.
Right. But she's suggesting that they might not be what really matters in the grand scheme of things.
Interesting. So it's not that those things are bad, it's more about
Our priorities.
yeah, our priorities, what we're putting first, what we're focusing on.
I mean, if you think about it, she's got a point.
Right.
Right.
I mean, how many times have we gotten something we really wanted, but it didn't really make us happy in the long run?
Oh, for sure. I know I've been there.
Me too. So maybe it's about recognizing that those material things, they might not be the key to true fulfillment.
Okay, so then what is? I mean, if it's not about the stuff, what are we supposed to be praying for?
Right. That's
Yeah.
the million-dollar question. And Prophetess Java uses this really interesting example.
Oh, yeah, I was going to bring that up. King Solomon.
Exactly. Remember the story?
He's offered anything he wants, and he chooses wisdom over wealth and power.
Such a classic story, but it takes on a whole new meaning in this context, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's like he understood that true fulfillment comes from something deeper.
And it's not just knowledge, It's about understanding, discernment, making good choices.
It's about character.
Exactly. And that's something that material things just can't give you.
Okay, so I have to admit, when I first heard this whole idea, I was like, wait, so I'm not supposed to pray for a new car?
Uh-huh. Right. It's a big shift in thinking.
I mean, it's natural to want things, right?
Oh, absolutely. And I don't think Prophetess Java is saying we can't have those desires.
So it's more about,
Intention.
intention. Why do we want those things? What are we really seeking?
Are we trying to fill some kind of void? Or are we just caught up in keeping up with everyone else?
Those are some tough questions.
They are. But I think they're worth asking.
So if material things are nothing, as Prophetess Java puts it, then what are those spiritual things we should be seeking?
Right. Like, what does that actually look like?
It's kind of a hard concept to grasp.
It is, but I think it comes down to focusing on qualities. Things like compassion, forgiveness, gratitude.
Inner strength, resilience.
Exactly. Those are the things that really shape us, that help us grow.
It's funny because when you put it that way, it almost seems obvious.
Right. Like, of course we want to be more loving, more forgiving.
But we don't always pray for those things.
No, we get so caught up in the day-to-day, the stuff we think we need.
So how do we actually shift our focus? I mean, for someone listening who's like, okay, this all sounds great, but what do I do now?
Well, I think it starts with awareness.
Awareness of.
Our thoughts, our desires, our prayers. What are we really asking for and why?
So it's like taking a step back and really examining what's driving us.
Exactly. And then maybe instead of praying for a new job, we pray for the strength to handle the challenges we're facing at work.
Instead of a bigger house, we pray for more harmony in our family.
It's about shifting from a mindset of lack to a mindset of abundance.
But abundance in a spiritual sense.
Exactly, because those spiritual qualities, they have a ripple effect.
They impact everything around us.
Exactly. When we're more compassionate, we're better friends, better partners, better people.
And when we're more forgiving, we free ourselves from all that negativity.
It's powerful stuff.
It really is. So for everyone listening, I think this is a great opportunity to do a little self-reflection.
Yeah, take a moment and think about your own prayers.
What are you truly seeking?
What are those deeper desires, the ones that maybe you've been pushing aside?
And here's a question to really ponder. If material things are nothing, as Prophetess Java suggests,
What are those spiritual treasures that are worth seeking?
how can we align our desires with what truly matters?
It's a journey for sure.
but it's one worth taking.
Absolutely.
Thank you all so much for joining us for this deep dive.
Keep exploring these ideas.
And keep seeking those spiritual treasures. They're out there waiting to be discovered.
They are.
Thanks again for listening.